Good evening. Welcome to Wicked Falina, Savage Worlds Deadlands short stream one shot. I apologize that for some reason you got to watch the intro twice and one time of it was without sound. I'll figure that out. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. I'm really good at my job. However, with me tonight are an incomparable group of people that I love playing tabletop RPGs with, and so they're here to help tell a story in the Weird West. We're going to go through and talk to them for a second. Going to my right first, F12. Tell us about you. Where can we find you? Who are you playing?
I am not muted anymore. That's step number one. Step number two, I am Flounder of the 12. You can find me basically anywhere you can think of. Try and put Flounder of the 12, just like you can put Trippercles anywhere, and you will find our GM here. I have one game out. I have one game in the works and one game that's under NDA. You can look for all those things over time. What else is there? I feel like there was another thing. Oh, if you buy my game cardstock, I'm going to try giving some of it to someone in the Philippines who's currently a game designer trying to get back on their feet since everything's awful. If you donate directly to their cause, it's one of my more recent tweets, and you show me that you sent a donation, I will give you a copy of my game cardstock. So please just do that. It's $10 for about $300 worth of games. It's a good deal.
Very cool. So go check out at Flounder12 on Twitter and do that. Are no longer a brand newbie, but still pretty much new. We have Deep Frito.
Hello, I'm Deep Frito. I had a lot of fun last week, and I didn't die, so I'm not jaded, and so I decided to come back. um, you can find me ignoring my Twitter account at Deep Frito, or most of the time in the Do Respite chat in Twitch, having fun,
True.
hanging out.
And in a couple of Wednesdays, you'll start to see him here every Wednesday. Takes us over to the incomparable Bluesif von Hiding Pants.
Hello, everyone. I am Blue, also known as Hidden Blue Pants. You can find me here and also on Twitter. Mainly Twitter, but also definitely here. And yeah, I'm just here to have fun. That's pretty much it.
Alrighty. Our resident Australian, Chantel B.
Yeah, I'm the Australian side. That's cool. Hi, I'm Chantel B. You can find me at Chantel B on Twitter. It's great to be here with this great group of people.
Awesome. And last but certainly not least, we have Vera Says Dragons.
Hey, I'm Vera from Vera Says Dragons. You can find me at Vera Says Dragons just about everywhere, and you can find me here on Do Respite here and again as much as I can manage. I'm excited to be around. We're doing the Wild West, Weird West. That's like my life.
I really hope that the Weird West is not, this Weird West is not your life. That'd be unfortunate. But I do know that there is some level of Westness that is your life. So, last week, in what was going to be a one-shot, but is now not a one-shot, it's now a 3-shot. So be here next week as well for the conclusion. You guys, who are not Vera, were actually hunting Vera. And on a bounty, you learned that Vera had knocked over a jewel courier and had found these ruby acorns that turned out to actually be ancient evil seeds that grew deadly blood oaks that killed a bunch of miners. Sorry, lumberers, not miners. They were in fact loggers. Killed a bunch of loggers, tried to kill you. You guys burned down a forest using latrine poop. And that was sort of how that went. This week, we're going to jump ahead a fairly substantial amount. For the past 4 or so months, you have been chasing Vera the Kid all over the Wild West. But you have finally, at long last, cornered her in the prairies of West Texas. And so, in West Texas, you are all currently surrounding what is believed to be an abandoned mine shaft, and we'll open our camera on gun smoke clearing, and you see a single person rushing back into the mine as you have gunned down the last of their henchmen. And we will open on the 4 of you standing ready to descend into the mine to chase Vera the Kid into what is likely the last place they'll hide from you.
Well,
We should have used the grenades. It would have solved everything much faster. Never want to use the grenades. I don't understand.
that's because I want to shoot at them.
I mean, Dad's dead.
Yes, Dead's
Huh?
dead.
I don't know if we
What?
can collect the bounty if
Yeah,
we don't have her.
None of these is Vera.
That's the first statement.
We could get
That-
pieces of her.
Yeah, but would they count that as proof?
So
Hmm.
wait, remind me, is this a dead or alive contract or just an alive contract? I always forget.
Is this a contract or are we just chasing Vera the Kid?
Vera the Kid has a standing... That was spicier ginger tea than I expected. Vera the Kid has a standing bounty on their head to be brought in to the Dallas sheriff. So, being in West Texas, it's relatively local. But you guys have been chasing Vera the Kid because the size of this bounty is not insubstantial.
Mm-hmm. So two-part question then. Is this a Texas Ranger contract or is this one of the other government contracts?
You are not 100% positive.
All right. And then what was my other question? I'll come up with it again.
Okay. Alrighty. So, you guys are standing outside of a mine.
I guess we go in.
We could smoke Vera out. I do see 2 latrines over here. We have a track record.
I mean, you have a track record.
Solutions and resolution is the same thing. You know, it's gotten things done. You're still alive.
Poop is poop.
Vendetta's still alive. The father's still alive. I mean, come on. Poop is poop, and poop is solutions.
Do we?
Poop solutions.
I don't. Is there? I don't think we know if there's another way out of this mine. We could just flush her out somewhere else and lose her again.
That's true.
That's actually true.
I say we go in.
Okay, let's do it.
Who's got the torches?
You
Doc Lightning probably has torches.
Yeah, Doc Brown. Sorry, Doc Brown.
Yeah,
Thanks, Flounder. Way to go.
yeah. I know I messed up.
I also don't think we can get away with calling you Doc Brown Lightning. I think that there might be certain problems if we do that, so we're just gonna go with Doc Lightning. Doc Lightning produces essentially a rudimentary dynamo kind of flashlight that he winds up, and you guys now have some light to proceed down into the tunnel. It's very much, because it technically treads on the father's toes of his powers, it's not like substantial amounts of light, and you do only have one, but you do have some light to get you down into the tunnel. So you guys can begin to descend into the mine as you would like.
Well,
We do.
Vendetta, you usually lead. Would you like to lead again?
Vendetta would probably like to lead. There's currently a lot of background noise at Vendetta's venue, so we are...
Yeah.
Uh,
Apologies.
No, it's all good. Happens.
Unexpected background noise. Yeah, I'll lead down.
Okay,
I will
so
go down. Guns
Vendetta,
out.
Yeah,
Well,
guns
gun
out. Head on down the stairs / mine shaft / number of ladders. And it does appear that this is a very simple World of Warcraft style straight shot Cobalt one mine shaft. You're not winding around. You don't have a bunch of levels. You're just headed right back to where that quest mob is. Or in this case, Vera the Kid. You do, as you all proceed down, open up into the main kind of quarry section, and I'm gonna roll a d4 here if I can get my d4 out of my dice box. All right, and Doc, as you round a corner, you suddenly feel Father Sam grab you and yank you back as a bullet ricochets off of the post that is there by your head. And you guys take a glance with your flashlight and the torches that are in the mine, and you see the lanterns that are in the mine, I guess, and you can see that Vera the Kid has lined up a bunch of crates and barrels and is crouched back behind with their infamous long rifle, taking pot shots at you.
so does Vera have a light source over there, or is Vera just shooting out of the dark?
No, there are the lamps that are burning in the mine at this point. So Vera, you are cornered behind some barrels and some crates by 4 rather tenaciously obnoxious, not really outlaws, but not like good people either, just sort of there.
How incredibly irritating. I'm gonna take another pot shot then.
Okay. Give me a shooting roll.
Okay. Oh, and we're exploding that. That's gonna be a 12.
Okay, so you've spent a lot of time around this particular mine. So since I would prefer you're not killing PCs, since for anyone who's played RPGs, if I've stuck one additional person in here, we probably intend them to eventually join the party. Especially because I didn't make any more pre-gens, so we definitely need that to happen. What you managed to do is you managed to take a trick shot with your long rifle and ricochet some bullets and take out some... you take out 2 lanterns, and because you got 2 raises, you managed to take out Doc Lightning's flashlight.
Sweet, I'll take that.
So you are
Oh, that's my
now...
only one.
So you are now in a position where you have a little bit more of an advantage because you know the mine, but at the same time it's still 4 against 1.
Yeah.
And there is no other way out of this mine.
Great. Don't suppose you could just leave me alone.
No, this is
Nah.
100, 200. How much money is this again? It's a lot of money. No,
A
we
lot.
can't.
I don't know my numbers.
Yep.
I could probably pay you more.
How much more?
How much is the bounty?
Anyone would keep
A
that paper?
plot
I didn't-
appropriate amount of money.
It's a plot appropriate amount of money.
It's obscene. It's literally not on the stage right now.
I'll double it.
But what if
You're
we
gonna
don't
give us-
care?
Double a plot appropriate amount of money? That's a lot of money.
Ain't it just?
Now, would you be paying us to leave, or
Or
I think
yeah,
Vendetta's
okay.
trying to switch teams here.
No, I'm really not.
oh, but you could, darling.
Just suddenly
but
see
I
Vendetta
don't
like put her
like
pistol
you.
against the father's head.
It turns out you were the leader of the trees all along.
You think I like all the people I work with? No. But skill speaks for itself.
Yes, it does. But I got my name for a reason.
And what did I ever do to you?
Trees.
That is true.
Trees.
What?
You
And it's
stole
much as-
rubies.
I did.
Those
They were
rubies weren't
trees.
rubies.
Pretty sure they were.
No, they were
No,
trees.
they weren't. But you got a
You killed
pretty
a lot
penny
of
for them.
people.
I did. Oh, well, that sucks for them.
You got the money, you got away.
I did.
So that's a lot of rubies worth of money, guys.
You
All
do
I know is I
know.
can build 2 robots with that kind of money.
You do know, Vera,
Mm.
as a bargaining chip, given that Vendetta seems to be vengeful against you.
Yep.
You know who it was who put you up to the ruby take, and you know who you sold them to. And
If
they
you're that-
just happen to live in West Texas.
Oh, beautiful. If you're that mad about some rubies that turned out to be trees, I could point you in the direction of the person who sent me that way.
Okay.
You mean the one who's really in charge of the trees?
Sure. Let's put it.
All right, let's go after them.
Yeah, how do we know this isn't just a name that Vera's pointing it at? We don't want to be guns for Vera. All of other Vera's guns are dead outside.
Is there
Um,
like,
I'm a crook, not a liar.
is there a Savage Worlds version of an inside check?
Not really.
They're scrutinized. They're usually scrutinized.
You
I
can
don't know if that's still
give me
there.
a spirit roll.
A spirit roll. What is
Yep.
my spirit?
Can I do that one too?
Let me find it. Oh, found it. Are we doing wild die as well?
All
Yep.
Wild die. There, hold on.
Always.
5.
I believe Vera.
Would you get a
I
1?
mean, I just
they appear to be telling you, I mean, like, they don't want to die, right? And it's pretty clear that you're going to either kill them or take them back to Dallas to be hung by the neck until dead, right? Like, that seems to be the way this is going to work out for them. So not dying seems preferable to, death as a general rule. So in that particular instance, they seem to be pretty sincere about what they're saying. They know who it is who put them up to the job, and when you get sent after a very specific stagecoach that's only carrying a specific pouch full of rubies, it's not super likely that they didn't know they were trees.
I didn't know, but guy who
Right.
paid.
But the person who paid you.
Yeah.
okay.
I'm
Who
loath
paid
to
you?
admit this, but I believe them.
Give us the name from behind those barrels. Give us the name.
Now, why the hell would I do that? Because you could just shoot me and then be on your merry way.
We don't know what they look like. We don't know where in Texas they are.
We could shoot you anyway after killing them.
No,
There's
I'm
no-
already aware of that little problem, but I'm hoping that you're gonna want money more than you want me dead.
You
Well,
know,
we don't
you
want you
dead.
dead.
Gets us money too.
Speak for yourself.
Bullshit.
I also don't want him dead, but that's because I want the guy in charge of the trees dead.
I really didn't. I really thought they were just some real ornate carved rubies, to be entirely honest. Guy was real particular.
Let's get him. Her. Them. Whoever they are. Let's get them.
I whisper to the group, worst comes to worst, we take out this person and then we sell Vera out anyways. So,
Sounds good to me.
We have no way of knowing if Vera's going to stay here while we go out, deal with Ruby guy. We might have to start this chase all over again.
I don't know what to do. I put down my what ostensibly is a gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah, whatever that is.
It takes
And
you
I
a minute.
said-
You have to unscrew it from like
Yeah.
the pack.
Yeah, and I need to get the harness off, which I triple buckle anyways. It takes a while. They're going to be sitting there for a good 7 minutes. Regardless, I go, all right, I'm unarmed. Don't mind the clutter, though. What we're going to do, make sure you don't just run. I'm going to handcuff you to me.
Oh,
No, I do not agree to those terms.
Oh, she might blow her head off. Oh, sorry, they might blow their head off before we even get to the guy.
I just took all this off. You have to do it.
I don't have to do shit but live and die eventually, and I just don't want to die today.
how
What did I
about...
do all this for? What did I just do all that for?
I don't know why you did all that.
Nothing.
An attempt
It
to
smells bad.
communicate.
It's probably good.
If I wash it, it's going to rust. I can't do that.
I mean, poop gun. Shouldn't be wearing it.
No, this is the liquid metal gun.
Oh, that's fine then. I thought it was the poop gun.
No, I left that, I left the last 3 of those back in town, and then the other one's outside. You
Okay.
didn't want me to use
What?
that latrine, so I just left it there.
Okay, good. Vera, we're gonna need you to come with us. We don't know what this person looks like. We don't know where they are.
You don't know their name.
We don't know their name. But we have you. And I want that extra plot appropriate amount of money. So you're gonna have to come with us.
I want insurance that you're not gonna just sell me out.
I mean, I can't guarantee that though.
I know you can't, but I want something. I'm offering, basically betraying somebody who paid me a pretty penny.
I'm sure there's a bounty on their head.
Oh,
Eric.
Maybe. It's
How
entirely
about
possible.
this?
I mean, it's possible.
I'll build
You
you a
help us-
horse.
I have a wonderful horse, thank you. What
With
the
an
hell are
umbrella?
you talking? What?
Does your horse have an umbrella?
On his saddle?
I don't understand why you guys want such low quality horses.
You mean,
I am
Excuse
tempted
you.
to shoot him for that comment.
uh-oh. How about you don't do that? That's the end of my sentence.
I'll help you get my employer. And then I'll pay you as well. And then we part. And you let me go.
Building on that deal, wherever we find this employer of yours, anything that we can pick up and carry is ours.
The hell would I stop you from looting for?
Sounds good to me. I don't know. What do y'all think?
Yeah, it works with me.
Yeah, let's do it.
Father?
It's rough
Using
being a
the
moral
words.
conscience in a group of bad guys, isn't it?
We're using our
I know.
words.
I'm
Not shooting, not killing, just using the words this time.
I'm worried about. We were sent here to bring Vera to justice, and I have, as a religious man, I have a difficulty time just letting her go. She knows she's done wrong. The law has asked us to bring her in. I can't just let her go.
Are all of you such perfect people then?
We're having
I know I'm
conversation
not.
here. Why are you listening
No.
to us? We're trying to have this.
We're in a mine! Voices
Yeah.
carry!
It echoes in here.
That's just rude.
It's not like they can help it.
Literally can't.
I see what you mean, Father, but at the same time, isn't it better to go after the bigger fish?
Do any of us even remember what Vera is accused of?
I don't think I cared.
Plot appropriate number of things.
You remember the scene at the end of Pirates of the Caribbean where they sit there and and impersonating someone of the Church of England? He's like, oh yeah, that that would be how Vera's hanging goes. Is they'll read off the list of charges against the state, and Vera be like, oh yeah, I do recall that at one point I did commit that crime. It's just a laundry list of things. The only one not on there is horse theft.
I feel
That's
that
out
would
of
be the biggest
character.
one.
That's out of character.
The
That's
only
the biggest
one.
thing. Are you kidding me? I steal every nice horse I see.
There is a stable outside.
Fair.
Vendetta has a issue with people trying to steal her horse. Try as I
Right.
might, I can't always save the poor man trying to steal your horse.
To be fair, it's only been trying. No one's ever done it.
Yeah. Don't steal
That's
their
because
horse.
I stop everyone who tries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I've got a perfectly good horse of my own right now. I'm not interested in any of yours because mine can get me just far enough. And then more.
Okay, I was about to say, if it's only far enough, you should probably get another horse for further.
I mean, you probably want to do a chain. I heard that the North is doing this thing called the Pony Express, where they switch horses every couple miles.
Yeah, they stole that
Yeah.
from me.
I have a feeling that's because you, anyway, stole a horse every couple miles. Now, Vera, I can see us letting you go.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm going to need you to give me some information about this man who sent you to rob. Give me a reason that he is more important to the safety of the people here in West Texas for us to go after him instead of taking you in.
Do you really think that he hired me specifically to go after one stagecoach with very specific rubies that were the only thing he wanted, and he didn't know what they were and what they could do?
What reason would people have for acorns, rubies that turn into trees?
Murder forest.
To be fair, most acorns do become trees, Father.
Yes, but they don't kill people.
Well, if
They're
these
just
trees
trees.
did, then imagine how one could use them to garner fear and therefore power.
Murder
I don't
forest.
know how many trees
Murder
that you
forest.
dealt with, but there was easily 2 score more in that pouch that didn't get knocked out.
We dealt with a forest.
We dealt with one forest. What if there's another one now?
I wouldn't be surprised.
To be fair, you don't actually know how many trees in the forest that you incinerated in Idaho were actually death oaks.
Mm-hmm.
You know of like 3.
Murder forest.
It's in Idaho. We're far from Idaho now.
Yep. Did we see any on the way here?
Nope.
So
Murder
weird.
forest is
Yeah,
not
just-
red.
Do you want a deal to help us? What if, and I know I can do this, and I'm sure others would be willing to help, we build you a nice little, we'll call it a fortress, somewhere defensible. I can make buildings. Buildings are easy.
Do I seem like someone stationary to you?
Why are you giving them somewhere to stay?
They need a deal. So
I-
they want to help us unless we give them a deal.
I want the word of all of you, and then
They want to stay
I'll choose
alive.
whether or not to believe it. But I will help you chase down my employer. That's a done deal.
I don't think
Chase
we
down
need
the
to make another
employer, I
deal.
won't kill you.
I'll take
We'll make a
it.
deal later.
I mean, that's my deal.
No purposeful violence upon your person until after the job's done.
Uh-huh. So just some accidental.
Hey,
What else do you-
He zapped me when we were fighting the forest.
and
There's some collateral damage with
all right.
Doc
So
Lightning.
after the 10th time, you should have been okay with it. Like honestly, why would you have be hit the 10 other times if it wasn't okay? You see it coming every single time.
How did you people hunt me down?
I mean, it
Sheer
was an
will.
accident, really.
And it did take them months.
Yeah,
It
but
was
they
really-
still manage it. And Vera's just like,
Where's Marks again? Oh.
To be fair, we did follow you all the way from Idaho to Texas. That is a wide range. We're clearly capable of something.
Sheer will.
Long distances.
Hmm. Your horses leave very particular hoof prints.
Don't tell them that.
too late now, you already did, but anyway. I will
Damn.
start to make my way towards them. I will lower my gun. I'm not putting it away.
Okay. So Vera lowers the nose of the long rifle and starts to walk out seemingly peaceably.
All right, Vera. I'm keeping my eye on you. If anything goes south, deal's off. But for now, I can point my righteousness towards this other man.
Yeah, also, I can't guarantee that he's not gonna attack y'all, so I can't promise that things aren't gonna go south the moment he sees people coming for him.
You step out of line.
Hmm.
That's where things change.
I don't intend to at the moment. Don't worry your pretty head. Well, shall we then?
Okay. So
Yep.
you guys have acquired a Vera, and you can add
Achievement get.
one Vera the Kid to your inventory. So you make your way out into the dusk light of the West Texas sunset. You know that at this point you're going to need food and water soon. You have enough to kind of make it through the night, but you've been running like crazy all through the wilderness. The closest town is El Paso.
And how far away is that?
A plot appropriate distance.
Wonderful. As
Perfect.
to be expected.
Yeah.
In a one shot, yes.
Is that the town my employer is in or no?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
So, Vera,
Mm.
you know where this person is. Where are we going?
El Paso.
That's
Lead
a
the
fair
way.
distance.
I will go to my horse and mount up and get moving towards El Paso then.
Okay. You guys ride through the evening. It's starting to get late. You guys do have the option to ride through the night if you would like to. It'll put you in El Paso round about a couple hours after sunrise. Or you can bed down and make camp and go out in the morning, and then you'll hit El Paso round about high noon.
New.
Is there a mechanical reason not to ride through the night other than a bit tired?
Fatigue is a thing in Savage Worlds. It
Okay,
works the
that's
same way wounds do, where you take -1 to all rolls.
So
Oh no, I don't like it.
What I'll do while we're riding to where tentatively we're going to make camp or make the decision to continue going, I ask, so what does this employer do? Where will we find? Is he in a house? What's the deal here? Is he a politician or anything?
Looks beseechingly at my GM.
He is Buffalo Bobby Hank, and he is the mayor of El Paso.
Oh, he's the mayor, actually.
We probably want some rest in us. We're not going to want to go into the mayor's house in the middle of the night. Or, I don't know how far it is. I wasn't listening.
We'd get there a couple hours after sunrise if we kept going, but also, I'm not a fan of working my horse into the ground.
I vote for camping.
Yeah, let's camp. Try getting to the mayor's house late afternoon so if we need the cover of darkness, we can get it.
Sounds good.
Okay. So you guys bed down, and people take watch throughout the night in such a fashion that you're somewhat harassed by like a couple of coyotes in the middle of the night, but not enough to really cause a problem. And round about
dust 'em.
sunrise, you round about sunrise, you are all awakened by Doc Lightning, who took last watch and wakes y'all up.
I'm going to check my stuff, make sure it's all there. I don't trust Vera.
All your stuff's
And-
I
there.
mean, I'm assuming that any watches did not include Vera.
No.
Like whatever
Yeah, no, it
schedule
was
we
just the
had
four
would
of
not
you.
have included that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Or at least not Vera by themselves. So on that note, since I did take last watch anyways, V, your weapon kit, or is it just like bullets and gunpowder? What do you got there?
Are you going through my stuff?
I mean, I'm not physically going through it. I can look at it from, unless you put it all in a box or something.
Put it all in a bag.
You have a long rifle.
Your long
that you-
rifle is not in a bag.
It
Yeah,
is in
no,
a
but-
bag. It is in a long bag. Please.
Your long rifle is not in a bag.
Darn it. It's just bullets.
It's just
Yeah,
like
it's
musket
just
balls or like bullets.
I've got a hunting rifle and I've got bullets. Like that's
yeah,
Okay,
it's just bullets.
sure.
Yep. So, you guys wake up to Doc Lightning shaking you all awake and tells you it's time to ride to El Paso. And you guys begin to make your way there. Along the way, you guys can all please roll some notice rolls for me.
4.
Okay.
Question.
The daily double.
I actually kind of did because I rolled 2 6s. So do I
It just keeps
Do I-
exploding.
just keeps exploding? All right.
4.
10.
Okay.
16.
Frito.
3.
3. All right. So, Father Sam, you're busy praying, or reading your Bible or something as you ride. You know, when you've ridden a lot, you eventually get to the point where you can sort of do some things while you're riding. So, you're reading, and those of you who got 4s, you do notice that there is a man riding toward you incredibly fast. And those of you who got 8s or higher, got the raise, you can see that his horse is exhausted. His horse has been run hard and has been run for a long time. And you got a 16, you said, Blue? So Vendetta, you look out there and you can see that the horse is very lathered and has been running for a long time. But you can see that he's got this really wild look in his eyes, and he keeps glancing behind him. And he's going to overtake you guys very, very shortly.
Wait, is he ahead of us?
Yeah, so you're riding
Okay.
toward El Paso, and he is coming from El Paso, essentially.
We got a nervous one.
That doesn't bode well.
No.
Never want to see someone running their horse into a ground away from the town that you're running to.
And he's looking back too.
Oh,
Man or the
yay.
horse?
The man.
You
The horse
know,
has to look where they're going.
a horse
You'd hope so.
goes where their head's pointing. Like you know that, right?
That's why we have these things called reins. they steer the horse with the head. Because if you notice, if you pull left on your reins, the horse will also turn left.
I know
And
my
if you
left from
keep-
right.
Pulling left, the horse will continue to pull left.
I rolled a smarts roll to check whether or not I know my left
All you
from
need
right.
to do is look at your riding skill. Do you have
I
one?
have a horse. I have a horse.
Right, but do you have the
do not
riding
have-
skill?
No, absolutely not.
You don't have a riding skill.
I don't either.
No.
Well, that
I'm
just
on a
means
horse.
you can ride a horse, but you can't ride one in crazy situations. Like, you're not going to do mounted combat. You can do
Yeah.
basic horse riding to get
So-
from point A to point B.
Does this person look like they're going to collide with us, or are they just look like they're going to run past us?
They look like they're trying to run past you. It's not clear whether they've seen you or not, because they do keep glancing back over their shoulder. But they are definitely, they're not headed right down into the same kind of valley that you are, but they are headed in the direction you came.
Is there
Okay.
anything behind them?
Not that you can see, no.
Anything that Vendetta can see? 'Cause
Nope. Yeah, no. Vendetta's with her 16 picked up that there was the constant looking back over the shoulder and the really wild, harried expression.
All right, then I'm going to ask Vendetta, does the person look hurt?
I will squint and look closer.
If you squint into distance, you generally see less, just so you're aware.
Look.
You squint
Well, I've got to
and
get specific.
you get really annoyed by your long eyelashes. No, they don't appear to be hurt. They I mean, they appear to be. The thing you do notice is, they're in typical kind of leather, leather breeches, plaid shirt, leather vest, and there is a cult peacemaker at their hip, but that's it. Like, those saddlebags are empty.
So it kind of looks like he jumped on his horse and ran without grabbing anything.
Yep.
So when Doc Layton hears that someone doesn't look hurt and they're riding towards them, seemingly somewhat aggressively, Doc Layton's first thought is they're not hurt yet.
Okay.
Um,
No.
I think-
Why?
Well, my thing also stops people because it ties them up. If it doesn't kill them. So
Just try talking to him.
they're not going to stop. We need to stop them.
Would I happen to have a lasso?
I mean, at this point, Doc's firing his entangle power. That's what he's telling
Dang
me.
it.
So,
That's what I'm hearing.
all right, give me that weird science roll.
Why?
I mean, we could have just shouted.
Like,
Waved
you
our
guys are all
hats in
like,
the
"Do you
air."
see that guy? Like, is he hurt?"
I was busy reading my Bible, so
Yeah, and all of a sudden, like, Father looks up, and then you just see Doc raise up this thing and pull the trigger, and just this, like, piston kind of, like, flies out and lands. And then there's just this, like, slight arcing field of lightning, and the horse hits it. And then both the horse and the guy are just like, kind of Monster Hunter shock trap status, and just totally frozen in place.
Well, now we can talk to them.
You know,
They stop moving.
I've done a lot of questionable things in my life, but even I gotta say, that was uncalled for.
They
Is he
weren't paying
dead?
attention.
Y'all were hunting me for being a bad person. I'm just putting that out there, and I'm just gonna ride towards them.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't do it.
So there is a man who is currently being shocked into lack of moving. And you have a little bit before, by the time you get there, essentially the power has run out, because it's a save ends. So he's coming out, but at this point anybody who rides over there manages to get in his way. So it's not like he's going to be able to bolt, directly away. And he is looking around incredibly wild-eyed. Why'd you do that?
I didn't.
I mean,
I ain't got a clue.
you know lightning kills people, right? Like what the hell? Why'd you do that to me?
So, what helps people get over fear is something that's a little more scary. So, we're here now. Let's have a conversation.
Do you always begin conversations this way? Because, I mean, I'll tell y'all, this ain't normal by any stretch. I mean, Father...
Can I tell if he's injured?
No, he's just super frazzled at this point.
I don't know what was going on with my companion here, but
You
What-
run with
what's-
some weird people, Father.
I agree. And all I can do is try and keep these four on the good side
Keep them on
of
the
the Lord's
straight and narrow.
graces. Hmm.
I see. It's good to see man of the cloth, Father. Might we? If I leave
Where are you
if I
running
leave
to?
my horse here, anywhere, I don't even know. I was, I'm just mostly to New Mexico if I can get there, but I went the wrong way. So
Wow.
I was scared.
What you-
If I leave my horse with
Scared of
them,
what?
if I leave my horse with them, are you able to take a confession, Father?
Oh. Come on.
Yes.
And he climbs off his horse and he'll hand the reins to Vendetta.
Hop off my horse and go walk a few paces away from my friends. I don't know if that's the right word,
Friends.
but whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, friends.
Angry girl, I recommend.
My
walking that
workplace
horse.
proximity associates. Father, I have to tell you a story that'll make all of this make sense. But I'll lead with that I killed a man last night.
Why'd you kill this man?
Because, Father, out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. Her name was Falina. And last night, a handsome stranger rode into town, and he was making eyes at my girl, and I challenged him, and his hand went for his gun, and I pulled mine first. Next thing I know, he was dead. And I knew I had to run. That was my only chance. So I grabbed a horse, and I bolted. Just the closest horse outside of Rosa's Cantina. But I'll tell you, Father, there's something about that man that just weren't right.
What do you mean? Didn't feel right.
Just when he came in, I mean, he just had this look about him, this almost like hunger, and he was drawn right to Falina from the minute he walked in the door.
What happened in the cantina when you what did anybody call for the sheriff or anything like that? Is the law looking for you?
Yeah, the law's after me. Back in El Paso, Father, at this point my life's worthless, except for Falina. But
And you just abandoned the woman you love.
well, in fairness, like, she sort of kind of knows I exist, maybe. But I mean, she has better prospects than just a poor cowpoke like me. I mean, she's got the eyes of Buffalo Bobby.
The mayor?
Yeah, that's him.
Okay. I'm gonna say a prayer
Okay.
and send this man on his way.
Okay. You say a prayer, and he thanks you for apparently his absolution. And he...
I don't know. I'm kind of not. So the audience knows I'm not in great standing with the church at the moment. I said some things about the Pope. And yeah, none of my teammates know that either.
Nope. But you
So-
still wear the collar. So as far as he's concerned, you gave him your say 6 Hail Marys, whatever, right? You gave him his absolution quest, and he heads off to do it. I mean, literally whatever it is you've told him to do, this man goes off to do that. Thank you, Father. I'm much obliged.
Mhm.
Are you y'all
Go
headed
with
to El
God, my
Paso?
son. We are looking for, surprisingly, the mayor.
I mean, you can't
One-
miss him. He lives in a big house.
Mhm.
Biggest house in the city.
Okay.
Things are weird in El Paso right now, Father.
Did you notice any weird trees by chance?
No?
Okay,
No weird trees.
duly noted.
But things got weird about 6 months back. I've been thinking of leaving, except that's when Falina arrived.
All right, well, go with God, my son.
And gives you the sign, and he kisses your knuckles and runs off to his horse and reaches for his reins from Vendetta.
You can let him go.
I've been walking the horse to calm the horse down and
Yeah.
like give them a break from just like full
Death
breakneck
running.
Like let's calm, chill, cool the horse off.
And he comes walking over and he's like, excuse me, miss. I sorta need my horse.
You better continue to walk this horse for the next day and a half.
And he sort of just like looks at you. Oh, okay.
He sees me in the corner of his eye, nodding my head.
Sort of hangs his head a little bit.
This horse has done you no wrong. You do this horse right.
Then he kind of just nods to you and climbs into the saddle and like very slowly walks away.
Vendetta's good deed of the day has been done.
Okay.
Prepare for chaos.
The one. That's it.
The one good deed. We're done.
All right.
That's
Before
it.
breakfast too. Even not breakfast isn't done yet.
I know, it's impressive.
Okay. So you guys managed to.
So
Do
I'm
the thing.
gonna let my posse know that this young man shot someone in the cantina over a girl who hasn't been around for very long. Did seem a little shifty and weird, but he
A
could have
girl
just
and a
been
kid.
Yeah.
the man that he shot seemed a little odd, but he also shot him, so I don't know how much we can take that as true.
Hmm.
But he
He
did say
shot-
that he thought this other man was trying to steal his girl.
I
Did
didn't
he
see
by
him with no
chance-
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
he
left
kind of
her there.
abandoned her after
So he shot a
committing
man.
murder and ran.
Oh, so he killed a
He
man.
killed man and ran.
Ran without the reason he killed the man. And you just sent him on his way.
That's what
Did-
people call true love.
Was I didn't, after hearing his story, I did not think that he was evil. Or
Eh,
Father, we gave up on a bounty.
she's still here. Vera's still here. We can still go take her in.
Is she? As
For
you all
now.
stand and talk about this other guy, is Vera still here?
For now, although honestly, I have just started walking my horse towards El Paso slowly, and very obviously in the direction of El Paso. But these people are getting nothing done.
let's
So-
walk and talk, everybody. But Father, good job.
Wait, I don't understand. Why
Trust
it's a good
your
job.
judgment.
Did that man have the name of the man he killed? Can we at
No,
least
he
go
did
in with
not.
a cover? We could have came in as family saying we wanted to see the body. That could have got us into the mayor's house.
That'd been
That's
real
when you
fast
just
He was
Moving
shot.
moving
He
news.
was shot this morning. If we were family, how would we know that he's been shot already?
Easy.
Couple hours ago.
You claim to be his posse and looking for him because he should have been back hours ago.
Okay,
That's
let's do
even
that.
better. We could have
Don't
gotten
even have to
inheritance.
know his name. Just say he's a member of your posse.
I didn't realize you could hear us from all the way over there.
My horse is walking. Y'all are. How do y'all get anything done?
We found
Slowly.
you, remember?
I'm
We found you.
clearly I slipped up.
Yup.
Yeah, that's the biggest takeaway right now, is you're doubting your own legend. You're just like, am I just not as good as I think I am?
No, I am as good as I think I am. I had an off week.
Couple months actually. We've
Been
been
after
tracking
you for
months.
4 months. You've had an
I
off
had an
4
off
months.
couple. I had an off couple months.
It's not been a good year.
It's not. This has been a hard year. Things have
wanna
gone
know-
wrong.
I want to note we
Mm-hmm.
didn't pack up camp. It's still over there.
Oh my god. Did we not pack up
Oh.
Kip? I thought we packed up
Did
Kip
we not
because
pack-
we
We started
we
riding.
got on the road.
No,
Yeah, no,
I
you
shot this guy as he was running towards our camp.
did.
No, we
you
were already
passed
riding.
through.
Walking.
We were on the road.
We were walking already.
Yeah, you passed
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes my story less interesting.
Oh,
How did we track down Vera the kid?
seriously, how do y'all get anything done?
All
How
I'm
feel like
saying
bad
is-
did I screw up, Eric?
Off-camera hand waving.
See, this is
Yeah.
why theater of the mind. It'd be good if we had physical objects.
We
We can
it
see
was
where we are.
it was a
I don't
plot
know.
appropriate time.
4 months.
No, that's just why I hand waved the tracking down Vera the kid portion of the campaign. We're just like, oh no, we eventually got to get our Vera's gonna sit there for the whole first week.
Mhm. Which
The
is this whole
entire
session.
session.
The
The entire
whole
session
first
goes
week.
by.
Yep.
So, we're in El Paso now, I'm assuming.
You are coming up over the hill overlooking El Paso. And down below, El Paso's not a huge town at this point. But you can see there is a large, substantial house. There is, the basic Western streets, cantina, sheriff's office, all those sorts of things. But you are overlooking El Paso, and you begin your descent down the hill to enter the city. And I think that's a good time for us to take 3 5-minute breaks. People can get up, stretch their legs, go get a drink, whatever. If you're in the audience, go do those same things. Stretch, pee, whatever. We'll be back in about 5. Good evening. Welcome back to us. Hopefully you guys have all been here, but also welcome back to you if you weren't. If you're new, let's talk a little bit about what this crazy group of people have been up to. So there's a confrontation of mine between our original posse from last week and the one and only Vera the Kid. No one really knows how any of them got to the positions of legend they apparently are in. But they did. So, a deal was struck with Vera the Kid to proceed to El Paso, Texas, and confront Vera's original employer, Buffalo Bobby Hank, who was the mayor of El Paso, and was the original contract provider to get the death bloom acorns from last week that caused the Forest of Death. The posse, now 5 strong, rode toward El Paso. About halfway there, they ran into a man who, they never got his name, but he did confess to the father that things are a little bit weird in El Paso right now, and that he'd killed a strange young cowboy the night before and had been riding all night long to get away from El Paso because he's running from the law. We took our break just after everyone began to ride down the hills overlooking El Paso, moving into the town below to continue this adventure. So we'll pick up from there with you guys entering the streets of El Paso on horseback. It is a small town. There's not a ton of people here. You can see that there are a handful of people, in the general store, and you can see that probably the largest crowd of people is, just based upon the noise level, seems to be coming from a location that has a big old sign that says roses on top of it. And it's about, you got delayed for a little bit. It's probably 2-3 in the afternoon at this point. And
We missed high noon.
it's okay.
I mean, we didn't miss it. It just happened somewhere else.
You
We
can't
weren't
miss
here
high
for a
noon. That's
showdown
part of the
anyway.
whole ultimate thing.
We weren't.
Well,
Anyway, let's go. Now, that young man said that he shot the other man in Rose's Cantina.
In
so
Rose's Cantina.
how long ago was this shooting?
it was last night.
So 12 hours thereabouts.
No, more than that.
Sure, more than that, probably.
Mm.
Because 12 hours would have been like 2 in the morning. So
Yeah, when the cantina's closing.
it probably happened more along, 14, 16 hours ago.
Then I say to the group, well, business looks like it's going fine, given that someone just died less than a day ago. What does that say about this cantina?
Seems busy still.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure a crowd clamoring around a cantina at this time of day is just customers. More like people upset by something that happened.
Well,
Let's go find out.
yep.
Okay, so you guys make your way toward Rose's, and
Mhm.
there's a large group of people outside. First thing you all notice, and there's no roll here because it's plenty obvious, and you guys have plenty of time to figure it out. There's a lot of hooting and hollering going on, a lot of stamping of feet and clapping of hands. And as you kind of start to sort of muscle your way through the crowd, you can see that the double swinging doors of the cantina are open, and it seems like more or less the whole town's here. And in the center of this ring of people, there is a young woman who is breathtakingly gorgeous. Long, raven-colored hair, dark eyes, caramel-colored complexion, and she's dancing. And everybody in the town is just watching this woman.
I think we found the girl.
Is it something we could ignore if we wanted to, or is it entrancing?
It's pretty entrancing. You guys aren't quite close enough, and you guys are very clearly suspicious just from what's going on. So you're kind of resisting at this moment. But you definitely feel the pull of this dance.
Almost in a magical effect kind of way, if we can sense that kind of thing.
Give me a spirit roll, Blue.
Okay. What's my spirit again?
Just out of fun, I kind of want to lower one of this dancer's traits.
4.
So the question as to Vendetta's intrapersonal leanings has never really come up, but there is a definite serious attraction here. And you're definitely feeling like an almost animal magnetic kind of pull to this woman.
Does it seem intentional?
You don't really have a way to know that, per se. You just, as you, have muscled your way through and you can see her, she does a spin and she claps her hands and, her eyes briefly meet yours and, her hair kind of falls across her face and she tosses it back. And there's just this moment where your only desire is to, get on that dance floor and interact with this woman. And it fades really quickly, but you definitely feel that magnetism for just a second.
Okay.
Father Stem's going to walk away from the cantina.
Yep. Yeah. Father's just nope. That's a den of sin in there.
Hellfire.
Vera goes with him. Vera doesn't want any part of this.
Yep. Okay. So
Shady's going to walk right away as well.
The doc
So I'm leaving
is.
too. I was gonna
The
figure out
doc's not walking away, but it's not entranced. He's worrying about the structural stability of the building and how flammable it is.
Oh no.
it is definitely
3 face palms.
a
3.
building made of wood in the dry West Texas desert.
And then when I see my friends walking away, I'll be like, oh, okay. And then I follow them.
Okay, so the 5 of you are now standing in the center of the streets.
I asked Vera, is the man we're after? Could you see him in there?
Did I?
You didn't really look.
Cannot hear
deep.
you.
You didn't really look that deep.
I mean, I didn't see him, but doesn't mean he's not there.
Where's he supposed to be?
His house. He's the mayor. Town hall.
I have a
Does
feeling
this
he's more
town even
likely to
have
be
a town
here.
hall?
The young lad said that he was, his house is that big one up that way.
I
Did
mean,
you-
I could have told you that.
I don't trust you, Vera. I'm pretty sure I've made that fairly clear.
I trust
don't trust you
a
either,
stranger
but-
on a horse who's fleeing for murder more than I trust you.
I don't either, but you're also trusting a man that literally admitted to murder to your face. So,
Hey, Vera, that was a confession? That's private.
That was behind the seal of the confessional.
you
All right,
told
that is
us he
sacred.
did this!
Which you're the,
I mean, you
you're
broke
the
that
one who told
sacred
everybody,
crap.
right?
You got me there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good lord.
Vera, please go back, take a look, see if he's in there. Because if he's in there, there's no point us going elsewhere.
Well, we could trap the house if he's not in the house.
But then what do we do if he is in the house?
We shoot him.
Then we confront him there.
Fair.
We need to. Yeah.
But also, why is everyone in the damn town just
That's what I wanna
watching
know.
that girl
Yeah.
dance?
There's something. What's the phrase? Something smelly? Fishy? What's the phrase? Someone help.
Fishy.
Something fishy.
There's something fishy happening here.
I can't get over Blue's accent.
I don't even know what accent I'm doing. I'm just throwing something out there.
It's real bad New Orleans.
Great.
Just give it a
I'm
go.
rolling with it.
Just give it a go.
I haven't been committing to an accent at all.
That's okay.
That's fine. Can you go look? Not at the dancer, at the room.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay. So you make your way over there,
Mm-hmm.
and you're
For
not.
safety, I will go with.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So the two of you make your way over there.
I am not looking at the girl.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a notice roll, Vera. Vendetta. Go ahead and give me another spirit roll.
Oh god.
And then after you make your notice roll, VA, I need you to make a spirit roll as well.
Okay, so I have an 8 on notice.
Okay. He's very much in there.
I got a 5 on spirit.
Okay. Blue?
2.
All right. So as you're looking around, you are very intentionally not looking at the raven-haired maiden who's dancing. And my assumption is you pretty much instruct Vendetta to do the same.
Yeah.
The thing about it is the music is what gets you. And so as that music is filtering out into the street and people are moving in rhythm, you see Buffalo Bobby, and he's in there. He is leaned up sidelong against the piano. He's got a big white 10-gallon hat on. He's
Of course
dressed.
it's white. Of course.
He's dressed immaculately, especially for this town. Like everything's sort of dusty. He is in. I mean, everything he's wearing is white. He's got a silver bolo tie with a big, buffalo stamped on it. He's got 2 Colt 45s at his hips, both with, ivory grips, just gorgeous, gorgeous weapons. Then you feel someone push past you.
Oh no.
And as you glance over, you see Vendetta making her way through the crowd to get closer to the dancer. And as the dancer kind of looks up, catches Vendetta's eye, and smiles and holds out her hand toward Vendetta.
Can I grab Vendetta by the ear?
No, because you were looking for Bobby.
Shit.
It's about burning down this building.
It looks like it wouldn't be that flammable, but it looks a lot more flammable.
You three
than
don't
actually
know that this happened.
Vendetta.
Yeah, and so the raven-haired beauty in the center of the room is holding out her hand to you.
Is there any chance for me to resist this?
You have bennies.
Sure. I'll spin a Benny.
Okay. Yep. So she holds out her hand to you and she smiles and she gives you, kind of that wink with the lip bite. And there's sort of this second, and then you shake your head and back up through the crowd. And you find yourself once more standing next to Vera the kid. And the woman doesn't slow down. Like, you back up and she just smiles and goes back to dancing.
What the hell was that?
I don't like it here.
I'm just gonna basically grab Vendetta by the scruff of the neck, point out Bobby, and then drag them out.
No, what? I'm not a kid. What?
So as you turn to point Vendetta toward Bobby, he's not there anymore.
Oh no. Oh no. Nope, we're leaving. We're leaving.
What am I looking for?
I'm just hauling.
It's a piano.
That's a chair. It's an empty chair.
Hauling.
Okay.
We're moving.
This ain't good.
Okay.
This ain't good.
Yep. So you're outside, and
I literally just grab and drag Vendetta by the back of the neck to the group. Just don't let go at all.
okay.
You've got sharp nails.
Yep. So you're standing in the center of the street, and the other three of you literally see Vera like dragging Vendetta by this, and Vendetta is kind of coming along, but also slightly like dragging.
Vendetta would never let any of us do that.
No.
That's because this one's got a gun, and they will use it on me.
Oh.
Also, I was very confused.
Confused.
Confused by
Yep.
what?
I don't.
They
like
went and
it in
flirted with the girl.
there. Not intentionally.
And
That
yes,
woman's doing the devil's dance.
he was in there, and then he left after I noticed him.
You're right, Father. You
Also-
are right. For once, I agree with you.
She's doing the what?
The devil's dance.
Is that like the actual name of that dance?
Hellfire plays in the background.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do?
You said that you saw the mayor, and then when you looked again, he was gone.
You can't miss a man in all white with a white 10-gallon hat.
You did.
Can't do. He left
Not with that attitude.
after I noticed him. That's not good.
Can we duck into an alley instead of
He-
standing inside the middle of the street?
That is a
I mean,
brilliant idea. And I'm just
you
gonna
know,
start pulling Vendetta towards the alley.
It
Oh,
really
there-
don't matter.
Aren't you
Everyone
allowed-
else is in there.
Shrimp, is there a church nearby? Can we go hide in a church?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a church.
What are we hiding it? Oh, to get away from the devil's dance. I see.
You know, that's actually not a bad idea.
So you go into the church.
I'm not entirely sure I won't combust upon entering this building.
I probably will as well, but you know what? Better that than be spelled by apparently a devil's dance.
So you go in. It's a very simple country church. You know, like white pine pews. You know, not a super fancy altar, but there is a man in this church, knelt down, prostrated before, you know, the crucifix that's in the back of those kind of chapels. And he's pouring his soul out in prayer.
Oh, that sounds
Does he
messy.
look like the mayor?
Nope, he looks like the way you probably should look.
Uh-oh.
Ouch.
He is definitely, I mean, he's
Storyteller.
Ow.
he's
Shots fired.
definitely in, you know, I mean, he's got his collar, he's in the all black, he's got his collar on, he's the local priest.
I'm gonna direct my posse to a pew, and we can sit down and quietly talk.
So you guys sit down
Quietly.
in a pew quietly.
Have we ever been quiet?
This is the house of the Lord.
I told Manny
Show
to,
some respect.
and Manny to sit outside, so you know they're not going to talk through like they usually do.
I barely have enough respect for anyone beyond myself, so I don't know if I can do that, Father.
That's the first
Vera,
thing that you've ever said that I've agreed with. What?
Do you think the mayor saw you?
Yeah, probably. Because, you know, this one flounced off and I was like, wait, what? Mhm.
I didn't mean to. I didn't want to.
You can't just go every time a girl looks
I mean,
at you with
at the
cum in
thing,
her eyes.
that's the thing, is at that time you did mean to. You really did want to in that moment.
I'm so confused right now.
So
I'm questioning every part of my being. Maybe I do need God.
Well, apparently you travel with a priest, so
Everyone
God's
needs
right
the Lord
there.
in their life.
no.
okay.
Do you have
All I
any
know-
idea where the mayor could have gone, Vera?
If he's not like dragging us into this very church because he's got business to deal with, he's maybe going home or still watching the performance from another vantage point. He didn't. Did he look like he was bespelled the same way?
Oh, yeah. Everybody in that bar was kind of like, ish.
Oh, so he might have just
What?
gone to her.
He might, or he might have just gone to her. Maybe I don't know.
Question. The witches on my sheet. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that full name right now. Who are they?
They are not relevant to this two-shot.
Cool. Thanks.
A plot
They are
appropriate amount of witches.
Which is currently
Zero. Yeah.
Or at least not from that sect. Cool.
Okay, so we have a girl that's dancing and apparently has everybody entranced. We have a mayor that just pulled a disappearing act in all white.
Give me a
Now-
faith roll, Father Sam.
Oh no. Is he still praying or is he stopped and he's just like,
It's a D8. Okay. We've been noticed.
We've
Oh.
been noticed
Well,
by
if
the Lord.
it's a faith roll, we've been noticed by the Lord.
well, I mean,
In which case, I believe.
I feel
To be
seen.
fair, it's not unlikely that angels will come down and smite us.
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
I mean, that says everything, doesn't it?
Your day continues apace as it was continuing previously.
Oh. All right then.
Okay.
I have a crazy theory,
Okay.
and for me, I
Yeah,
know
I-
that's a wild statement.
Yeah, that's usually my territory,
I know.
partner.
I'm crossing so many different lines today. I don't know who I am.
I mean, shoot.
So, as much as I would like to believe that the mayor is the target for all this, what if it's the woman?
Same difference to
What?
me.
Makes sense.
Because I have a theory that perhaps she might have asked for the rubies and he had the money to give.
Now she's got him bespelled just as much as everybody else in the town. And, oh my god, she's magic.
And now she's what? Victory dancing?
Or
Continuing
maybe,
the spell,
maybe she's trying to make a cult.
Now, cults are really easy to make. If she hasn't done it by now, I don't think she's going to be able to do it at all.
I mean, everybody's out there staring at her and hooting and hollering and clapping and enraptured by the fact that she's dancing. I'm
Wonder what
pretty
happens.
sure she's done it.
Wonder what happens if she stops dancing.
Well,
Well,
there's a couple ways to find out.
We could just point and
We're
shoot.
not burning down the building.
You know, you've told me this before, and only half the time has it stuck.
Well, here's
That's fair.
we could do what you do with a coyote when a coyote gets too close to your camp and dust it.
Yeah, we
Problem
light
is-
the coyote on fire.
No, that is not dust in a coyote.
I mean, it makes it ash.
No, that's
technically.
ashing the
No,
coyote. That's
no.
not dusting. It's just ashing it.
I mean, but it
Dusting,
becomes dust.
you shoot at the feet, and the
Problem
Are you
is, here's
suggesting that we shoot her feet?
not by her feet. You don't actually
My-
shoot the coyote. You shoot the ground near it to scare it off. That's why it's called dusting.
my problem with your idea here is there's a whole town dancing and singing and clapping along because she's dancing. What happens if she stops dancing?
Okay, so then we set everything on fire and run.
I mean, to be
I mean,
fair, if we
that's
burn
not-
down the cantina, who's going to try to take the town away from us? Everyone's in there already. The priest?
I mean, there are a few steps that I will not take yet. That's one of them. There's a line. Turns out there's a line. I found my line. It's right here. Killing
Now,
everyone in the town.
I'm not
My
saying
line.
kill everyone. I'm
You-
just saying scare them.
He is.
I'm saying...
Again,
in the
y'all were
end-
hunting me.
In the end, we're probably going to have to kill everyone in town anyways. We can just cut to the chase.
We are not discussing mass murder in the house of the Lord.
That's like one of the
I
very few
mean,
things that's not
as
on
it-
my list.
As it turns out, you're discussing mass murder in the house of the Lord.
No.
To be fair, we've been talking rather loudly in the middle of a church.
I mean,
And you
Oh,
turn and
okay.
you see that the like kind of middle-aged priest is standing there, looking at the five of you. I mean, you're talking about mass murder in the house of the Lord.
To be fair, most of us are against it.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was what, 1 against 4? Is that what you guys' final
No,
tally was?
no.
That's
I mean, no,
20%.
I'm against it. I'm definitely against it. That's
Right.
2.
No, as in one for it.
It was
everyone
1
else
for it.
against-
Oh,
Right.
right.
So we have a vote of 2 against 4 then.
I mean,
I'm sorry,
I
what?
never
Wait.
agreed to it.
You're agreeing?
I'm pretty sure he's against it.
No, he's not.
No.
You want to kill the town, Father?
I mean, I would prefer not to kill the town.
What's
Personally.
going on in the cantina?
The devil.
I told
that
you it was
before.
the devil's dance.
Devil's dance.
I didn't realize it was a literal thing.
Now, see, when you hear it once, maybe it's true. You hear it twice, that's
That-
data.
That,
Data.
You can...
that,
Totally
that demon
scientifically,
came
but
to
okay.
town. A demon came to town 6 months ago. And she's never been without a bow since she came. But she's
That'll make her a
also
devil.
been
Yeah,
through a
but that
lot of
sounds
men.
Like...
What happens to the men that she moves on from?
They all get real sick.
Sick.
What kind of sick?
Dead sick?
Most of them end up dead sick, yeah.
Oh.
It was only one that's ever gotten away was Robbie Martins. And that's just because he
Oh.
gunned somebody down last night and bolted.
Robbie Martin.
Oh,
Good old Robbie.
we met him.
Oh,
Bobby Bob.
So you say she's a devil?
I mean, I don't think she is the devil. To be honest with you, I
You
think
say
that
she's the devil.
no,
Oh, dear.
I think that she's a demon of some sort. But I do think that man that Robbie gunned down last night may have been the devil.
Oh,
Oh.
so he did
So-
a good thing.
What
You're saying Robbie's a
happens
hero.
in your faith? What happens when someone kills the devil?
I don't know. It doesn't come up often.
Can we just let a savior go?
Does that mean that
The thing.
hell's collapsing right
the-
now?
Well, I can't actually imagine that he's actually dead. But I mean, Robbie was Falina's target. They'd been going together for a few weeks, and you can roll a faith roll, Peter. But they've been going together for a few weeks. He'd been courting her. And I must admit that he was starting to show the signs. But I think that maybe last night she was supposed to actually do whatever it is she does that gets him real sick, because this is the first time she's pulled in the whole town like this with that dance. It's never happened before.
But she's danced before?
I mean, she dances every night. Nighttime would find most of the town in Rose's Cantina, and that music, that God's forsaken music, would play, and Falina, she'd sit there and twirl, way she always does.
So if I were to take a guess, the man that was shot, is that the piano player?
No, he was a stranger. We'd never seen him before. He rolled into town last night,
That's a good
dressed
question,
all
though.
in black and red.
What is the music? Like, was
It's-
someone playing the piano?
It's piano and fiddle.
Of course, it's a fiddle.
How long
Was there
has she
someone
been-
playing the piano?
I mean, none of you looked. If someone would like to go
That's
back to the
true.
bar,
Well,
No.
the mayor was leaning on it, so would I have seen somebody sitting at it playing?
Yeah. There
Oh,
was,
there was-
looking
there was-
towards
I
the
mean-
piano.
yeah, there was definitely music playing, but a lot of those saloon pianos, they're either oriented with their back against the wall, or they're oriented such that the piano player faces the resonating part out into the room. And so the mayor was leaned against the back of the piano, and whoever's playing is on the other side.
Okay.
Mhm.
How
So
long?
we can just go ahead.
has she-
Go ahead.
How long has she been dancing?
Round about, I don't know, around about 10 a.m. this morning. Rose has never opened this early. I mean, sun's not even down yet.
It's
Ro-
a cantina.
So who's Rose? Has this cantina been here before Falina came to town?
Rose is just a name.
Hmm.
There is no real Rose. It's just a name. There were some experiments done, I think, in the Old West, that naming your cantina after a girl tend to get the cowboys to come in a little bit more often. Rose's Cantina seemed to get more business than, like, Joe's Cantina.
So you're saying this whole thing's built on a lie? Yeah, about
Yes.
this cantina stand.
Welcome to business.
You said this woman showed up 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Vera, when did the mayor contact you about getting the rubies?
6 months ago.
Around then, actually.
Father,
I
do you
guess.
know what this... Do people do things for this woman?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay.
I mean, and
What
not
kind of
just
things?
not just the men she's going with either.
What kind of things?
They buy her stuff, they bring her things, they we had a man shoot himself in her honor about 3 months ago. They'd been going together for a few weeks, and she switched over, decided to date somebody else, and town square, he took his own life the next morning.
When you say they get sick, what do you mean? I'm no healer, but
Yeah, it seems to vary from person to person. Very first man that she dated when she came to town was old man Marty, and he's just the rich old kook who started the town. But she rolled in off that stagecoach from somewhere back east, flounced herself around in Roses for a little bit, and next few weeks she never left Marty's side. Now she lives in his nice farmhouse out inside the city limits, and I'm the only one who's ever questioned why.
Why do you think you're not entranced.
I'm a
Father.
eunuch.
Oh, I'm so
That'd
sorry.
do it.
It's okay. Childhood accident.
Oh,
Were you kicked by an oxen?
That's actually exactly what I was going to
It's-
ask.
I don't think we need to know this man's.
That's a very
That sounds
personal
life
question,
story.
Vera. First you eavesdrop on our conversations, now you're
I
making
mean,
this man tell his
fair
life
is
story.
fair.
He offered the information.
I see two possible things that we could be doing right now. We try and get rid of this devil woman, this demon, whatever she may be, or we go out to the outskirts of town and we try and find out some more information.
Where,
We could-
where are we
Oh.
gonna get more information?
Didn't the father just say that someone left?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
guy
it
that
was
you
Robbie.
targeted.
Robbie,
Oh, okay, never mind.
you already spoke to him.
He's long
You
gone.
let him go.
I did.
We could burn the piano down.
I have a feeling that this demon woman's powers are not coming from the piano.
Well, you take away some tools,
Mhm.
maybe it makes things easier.
That's a good point.
Is
If
she
we
al-
stop
is
the
she alone?
music, maybe she'll stop.
Is she working alone? Did she come into town alone?
all alone.
Well, wherever she came from, she didn't bring a boo from there.
No, she rode in
Oh.
on a stagecoach about 6 months ago. Was stagecoach out, and it was a gorgeous, gorgeous coach. I mean, you would have thought that this woman came from money somewhere back east. Rolled in, pulled by 4 big black horses. Stagecoach, just gorgeous, gorgeous mahogany. Climbed out in just this flowing red dress, marched into Roses and demanded a job. They hired her on the spot.
Where's this coach now?
It left.
Oh,
Was there a driver?
I'll be honest with you, I don't quite recall. And we were all a little bit... We don't get her kind of beauty out here very often. And for those of you who did look at her, she is literally the most beautiful woman you've ever seen.
meh. So
Eh,
Eric,
people don't
can
do
I
it.
use science to conduct autopsies? And if so, can I go get these bodies of the men who died?
That's more of a healing thing.
I don't have that in my repertoire.
It's definitely a medicine thing, yeah. I mean, there's probably some amount of information you could glean with weird science,
No, normal science is what I was going to use.
but also with normal science, maybe. But you would then have to go exhume bodies.
We don't have that kind of time.
I was going to burn down the whole town. Let's examine a couple.
Right,
bodies.
I'm noticing that your moral compass doesn't exactly affix in a very specific direction, but you know.
Like mass
Perhaps you
murder is
should
like
have-
the one thing that I draw the line at. Maybe.
Perhaps you should add pyromaniac to your hindrances.
You burn one evil tree, and now it says burn everything.
You know, if something works, keep doing it.
The way I see it,
That's
we
called
have-
data.
the way I see it, we have a couple of options. We could go to the woman's new abode or to the mayor's house and see if there's any information to be gleaned, but that might be a massive waste of time
Yep.
because I don't know, maybe everyone dies when she's done dancing.
I want to,
no,
you know,
we could try and dust her, but then we might have the entire town turn on us, which doesn't sound fun. We could try and find the mayor and, just pot shot and then, be on our merry way.
It's true.
We could try and distract her.
I think we should try taking someone from someone that's the furthest out of that room,
Mm-hmm.
drag them away, see what they do.
See if they get sick.
See if they get sick, see if they fight us, see if they do whatever.
Go for it.
Okay?
I like that idea.
Because then we'll know what happens.
Okay.
Go for it.
So, Father, I have a question. Do you have like a shed that you're not using?
Oh no.
Not me, father.
Other father.
Other father.
Father eunuch, Father.
There's
Father eunuch.
He didn't give us his name. What did you
That
his
is
name?
fair.
Other eunuch.
We have a history of not asking for people's names.
Yep.
you really do.
We usually don't live long enough for it
There's
to matter.
I mean there's the Sacramento wine cellar.
No, we don't mess with the wine. That's no. We can't do that.
That's
Wine
kinda-
is sacred.
it's
Oh boy. I'm sure we can just
Can
grab one
y'all
of these
please just
people.
go
and
kidnap somebody?
Yes.
Fine.
Shady leaves.
all right, Shady. You
Father Sam
uh,
follows.
Doc goes with.
all right. So the three of you march out into the streets of El Paso.
Are we still in the church?
Yep.
Yes,
Is it
there's a
just
whole
Vera?
time.
Vera and I just sitting in the
The
church.
two probably most uncomfortable people in the church. No,
With
in the
with
group,
the
in a
eunuch
church
with the
upstate.
eunuch father like looking at both of you being like,
Vendetta leans forward. So was it an oxen?
and we
Being
will
cut.
we will cut off from that random conversation and advance to the three of you. There's still a large crowd gathered outside of Roses. And people are still dancing and hooting and hollering, and nothing seems to have died down. It's approaching, probably it's moving on towards sunset, and this has apparently been going on all day.
So is Falina dancing inside or Falina dancing just outside the
Inside.
cantina? Okay.
Inside.
Whoever's closest to the edge,
Mm-hmm.
Shady wants to just grab and tug.
You can pistol whip them so you knock them out. Easier to drag.
I mean, no, I want to know what happens if they're conscious.
Okay, give me an athletics roll.
I mean,
As opposed to just trying striking up a conversation with this person.
No, that's not
Yeah, I
how we
could.
do it here.
it's not a thing.
All right,
Can I
so
look
the
for the
way
piano?
yes, we can get there in just a second. So the way this works is you are going to set the target number. So you're going to roll. You can Benny until you've decided, hey, these are the things I want. Then you're going to tell me, and he's going to try and resist you because nobody particularly wants to be grabbed and dragged away. So this is a contested athletics roll.
I'm going to spend a Benny and see if I can do any better.
Okay.
No, I can't. That's a 10.
Okay. So yeah, you walk up and just like drag this person back away quite simply.
Into
Well-
a nearby alley.
Yep.
We're not in the middle of the street like we were before.
What was it that you were doing, Thunder?
I want to see who and or what is at the piano.
Okay, you will have to go into the bar and work your way kind of through and around, which puts you in range of this song.
That's perfectly fine. I have my two people who don't actually exist with me.
Okay. So you and your imaginary friends begin working your way through. Go ahead and give me a spirit roll.
Spirit first? Okay.
Yep.
Let me... Because I did my notice roll because I thought that was happening first. Alright, cool.
Sam heads off with Shady
Mhm.
and the
8.
random townsman.
Okay. So yeah, you're fine. There's somebody sitting at the piano just playing away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can I nap them?
Yes.
I'm here already. Might as well.
Yeah, I mean you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me an athletics roll. Okay, well, he is at a penalty, but also just rolled a 1. So, yeah, you grab the guy off of the piano, so the piano music comes to a crashing halt. And we'll get back to what happens in the bar in just a moment. Right now, we're going to jump out to the alley where you guys have grabbed a guy in probably his late 20s, dressed in, again, plaid long sleeve shirt, leather pants, scuffed up boots. Doesn't look near as nice as some of the other people you've seen recently, but he's what are you doing? No. I gotta get back there. Let me go.
No, you don't need to get back there.
I do. I gotta get back there. Let me go. And he's trying to break free of your grip.
Father, can you slap him? I want to see
Yes.
if he wakes up.
I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Oh, okay.
Give me
Knocked him sensitive to him.
give me a fighting roll at a +2 because he's very much in a distracted, vulnerable situation.
My fighting 6. 3. Twice.
With the +2?
5.
Okay. So yeah, you just
Snap out of it, man.
No, let me go. Stop it. And he's
That's
he's
not good.
blood pouring out of his nose from being, cold clocked in the face, but just let me go. No. I gotta get back there. She's gotta see
Why?
me.
See you do what?
Just gotta he's
You've
trying
been
to
there
fight.
all day. Standing there, watching her.
Give me
Why?
give me a strength roll. Shady.
4.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so he got a 14. So he jerks free, and he spins around and backs himself up against the wall and has his gun out and is pointing it in you guys' direction, and his hand is shaking. Just let me go. I don't mean you any harm. I don't have any quarrel with you. But just let me get back there so that there's a chance that she sees me.
Go ahead.
And he kind of sidles along the wall and doesn't take his gun off you until he moves back into the crowd.
So we know what happens if we take him away. What happens if we take her away from them?
Everyone's probably gonna turn on us.
Meanwhile, in the bar, you guys hear a loud, cacophonous roar of dismay. And in the bar, Doc Lightning, the piano playing has stopped as you have dragged the piano player. Where are you headed from the back corner of the bar?
Back to the church, because that's where we said we were going to meet.
Through the entire crowd of people with the hostage?
Yes.
Okay, so Doc Brown's got this piano player just nudging his way through, and all of a sudden you hear, "Stop, please. Gentlemen, step aside. Let me get a look at them." And the whole crowd kind of parts, and you're standing there with the piano player, who is, he is fighting against you. He's trying to get free. But as soon as that word "stop" comes out of her mouth, he just goes completely stock still in your arms. And she steps around. Her eyes are just black as night. And she just kind of looks at you and says, "I don't think I've seen you before. My name's Falina. Welcome to El Paso."
So my question is for you is, would her saying stop me from continue to try dragging?
Nope. I mean, you're
Alright.
still pushing your way through, and I mean, and because she said stop, like people are letting you kind of push past them. They're not getting out of your way, but
Mhm.
like if you like push against them, they're moving.
All right. Then I will say, oh, sorry. It was nice to meet you. I have to go meet some friends. I'll be back. I'm sorry.
But
I'm
you're
sorry. I don't mean to interrupt. I'm
but you're
sorry.
taking my piano player, baby, and I sort of need him.
Yeah, but he wasn't even playing that good. Anyone else can cover for him. Don't worry. I'll be right back.
And she snaps her fingers, and like 4 people move between like into the doorway.
Now that's just rude. I told you I have places to be, and I'd be back.
But I need my piano player.
All right. Let's negotiate. I'll take 2 of them. You can have the piano player back.
Sure, darling. Whatever you need.
All right. Well, and I bring him back to the piano,
Yep. And he sits down and
and then I
starts to
take 2
play.
people at the door.
Yep. And she just kind of nods at him, and they come with you.
All right. I'll be back. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just have things to do.
All right. Take care, dear. Then she blows a kiss at you as you walk out the door.
I dodge.
Okay. You indeed dodge.
Channel your inner 6-year-old and dodge the kiss that was blown at you.
Yep. So Doc Lightning dodges the kiss, and
Dodge the devil cooties.
you make your way back out. And so the other 2 of you are coming out of the alley to investigate the cacophonous, dismayed roar, and you see Doc like walking side by side with 2 random cowboys.
Where did you 2 go? We're supposed to get people from the cantina.
Yep.
Apparently your way was better. What'd you
Yeah.
do?
What did you do?
I just took them.
I mean, we took a person and he pulled a gun on us.
I don't. I'm a man of science. I get things done. Remember?
What?
Let's get this done. Where's Vera and Vendetta?
They're still in the church.
Well, we can't use the wine room. That's just wrong. Where can we take these 2?
At this point, can I leave?
Take him into the church.
Yeah, you guys can leave the church anytime you want.
Just walk out and stare at them and go. So I see it worked.
I'm
Kind
gonna
of.
look at one of them, one of the cowboys. Why are you here?
To be seen.
You an actor?
I'm a rancher. I own.
And shouldn't you be ranching?
Yeah.
My wife and my boy are doing it.
One ranges
Th-
just at night. Come on. There's nothing, you can't see everything.
Have you been here all day?
Yeah.
Seems like a waste of daylight.
My wife and my boy have got it.
How long have you been here at the
Um,
cantina?
I came last night for a drink after supper. Yeah.
Probably time to head home.
No.
Mm-hmm. So why are you here now?
You ain't been seen, clearly.
So she sees me.
You muted.
Sorry.
I didn't mute. I think your headphones are failing.
Oh no.
All of them.
I didn't hear you start talking.
But he says, no, I don't need to go home.
Won't your wife and son miss you?
And he looks at you with this expression of like, huh?
Don't they wonder where you are?
And there's, huh?
Okay.
Why'd you come here with us? Right here, right now. Why are you here?
Because she told me to. She told me and Alton that we ought to come with you.
What's your name?
I'm
Yeah.
George.
George and Elton.
She told you to come with us.
Well, him.
What did you do?
I got things done. I was told to get
Explain
one.
how!
Well, I went in there. I
So you're
grabbed
working.
someone. Everyone got upset. So I took these two instead.
He's not.
You
the
took
best
them?
at
No, he
You
just
took
said-
them?
He's terrible at explanations.
Yeah.
Yep. You didn't take them. What do you mean you took them?
They
You
were
given
blocking the
them.
door, and I'm like, "You're coming."
They were
You
told to
two.
go with you. You were given them.
I look at Elton,
Alton.
Mr. John. I look at him,
No, Alton. With an A.
Like
Elton,
Alton Brown.
Elton. Right, okay, cool, got it.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. It's okay. Can you tell me what happened in there?
Yeah. This jackass came and stopped the piano.
Oh.
And the mistress got mad and came to confront him, and he told some story about places to be, and so she said, leave the piano player, and then he said, okay, I'll do that in exchange for the two others, and she picked us.
Well,
Why'd
I
she
had a
get
choice
so-
between 4. I chose these two.
Why'd she get so upset about the piano?
Because then the music stops.
Why does she need the music?
You ever danced without music?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Have you ever danced like Falina without music?
I don't know. I ain't seen her dance.
I've
never
only
seen
danced
myself
drunk.
dance. I don't have mirrors around when I'm dancing.
Maybe do.
I guarantee you ain't none of you dance like Falina dances, even with music.
You
Oh,
ain't never
that's
seen
probably
me dance.
true.
You don't know.
And he just like, he meets your eyes. He's like, and in this like, yeah, I do.
So,
Insulting a lady.
Temptation to
Balls.
ask for a dance off now is
Yeah, I was
so
thinking that, like,
strong.
I think the only way we can beat her is at her own game.
Yes. I want to dance off so bad.
this is clearly the answer, guys.
This is how
I
it's
heard the devil went down to Georgia. But
He's
what
looking for a
happened in
soul to
Texas?
steal.
Mm.
You know,
Ah.
The
I
devil
got
went
middle
down to
context.
Texas. She was looking for a town to steal.
What if we shot? What if we shot the piano?
I said we light it on fire.
No.
What?
that
What
takes
would you
too
do?
long.
Back to George. What would you do if she stopped dancing?
I don't know.
Wasn't dancing when she was talking to me.
I mean, you like her dancing. What happens if she stops?
I mean, have you seen her?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I assume she'd be like anyone else. She stops dancing, you go home. So when she stops dancing, you gonna go home?
No.
Did she stop dancing last night?
I mean, she wasn't dancing last night. I mean, she dances every night, but she doesn't dance like for a long time. She's, I mean, that's what she does. That's her job. She's the dancing girl at Rose's.
Do you know where home is anymore? Where?
And he gives you a description of there.
Alright, cool. Not memory affected.
Let's go into this here church.
We need to sit down.
We just
You've been
we just
standing
want
for a while.
we've been standing
Uh,
for a while. I'm tired.
You've been standing for a while too. Take a seat.
They don't. I mean, they don't move.
I mean, you were told to follow him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go into the church.
Okay. You go into the church.
Did
George,
they go?
George and Alton stand in the street.
Sounds like we're dragging you kicking and screaming then.
Now, how close is my friend standing to them?
I mean, who went in the church and who didn't?
I didn't.
I'm still outside.
No,
Yeah,
I'm still
it's
outside.
outside.
I'm waiting for them to move.
Yeah, so there, I mean, you're all kind of in a cluster out there.
Mhm.
We've once again pinned people to a corner.
Are they armed?
Here we go.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna start shooting.
No, what? Who you should go? Why? Can we not just go into the church and see if we can? Okay,
Y'all were hunting me.
I didn't do nothing.
It's part of my hindrances.
Oh boy, what
No
shooting?
conscience.
Impulsive.
Impulse control is this problem.
Oh,
So what are you shooting?
My lightning gun thing.
Your burst gun?
Yeah.
Oh, we're all.
At a
You're going to hit
crowd
all
of
of us?
people.
That you hit everyone in?
I told
I need to
you.
hit. I need to hit George. And I need to hit Alton.
I know. And
could've
there's
just shot
there's
twice!
no way that you can set that up where you don't hit your friends.
Well, I rolled a 5.
Okay, so
ow!
roll damage that everybody in that group takes.
Hooray!
And these
Welcome
add
to the
together,
party,
right?
Vera.
Yep.
I'm gonna soak this with a Benny.
Well, wait until you see how much damage is done first.
8.
Okay,
It didn't
8
explode,
versus
just your
toughness.
Yup.
So
Toughness.
we'll just go around the circle. Vera, what's your toughness?
7.
Okay, so you're just shaken.
Okay.
Chantel, what's your toughness? 4. So you are shaken with a wound. Vendetta, what's your toughness?
6.
Okay, so you're just shaken. Father Sam,
6.
just shaken. The other 2 guys are dead.
What the hell, Doc?
What were you thinking?
They're unconscious. Bring them in.
They're
dead.
Not
dead.
unconscious.
There's like
Well,
they're like laid back, like crispified, and like smoke coming up out of their eyes and mouth.
See this? This is dead.
You don't
Does
know
your
that
dad
for
looks like?
sure.
You should
No,
know
I
what
definitely
Dad
do.
looks like by now.
I don't steam when I die. Wait, I only steam when I die.
I start
Or
dragging
that one time in
Alton.
that hot springs in Colorado.
We don't
You're
talk
pretty
about
close
that.
to Colorado. I start bringing Alton in, and I tell Manny and Manny too to bring George in.
Okay. So you see him be like, all right, I got this one. You 2 get that one. And like points at the other body and he starts bringing Alton's body in. At the threshold of the door, you encounter like massive resistance.
Oh, so this is what it's like when you're really the devil.
So hey, they're worse off than you and I.
Yeah.
Because they're also, dead.
So they're doubly worse.
Yeah, so it's like as you're pulling a dock, like you're like, and like because they're crispified and everything, like you come back with like 2 arms that are no longer actually attached. You're just like holding these 2 crispy arms.
So I put him inside, and I go back to the rest of the body.
Okay. So you start pulling. At this point, nothing else really comes in. Everything else is fairly quintessential. But you do have 2 crispy arms.
2 crispy arms.
Meanwhile, like you look out and like Manny and Manny are like trying, but obviously it's not moving. And they're just like, sorry, he's really heavy.
Has
What
there been
are we
any
seeing?
reaction
Nothing.
at the cantina?
Nothing. There's just the
Mm-mm.
body on the ground.
Nope. The
Oh.
cantina just continues to be hedonism.
Hey, priest man, what
Okay.
about like a mass exorcism? Is that a thing?
We might need a few more priests
Oh, let's
Let's
see.
get
for for all these people. We're gonna need some help.
Father Eunuch.
We
I
need
was
his
gonna
name.
say, maybe-
We really
would
need to get his
Father-
name.
Would Father Eunuch be twice as holy? Because, like, I know that priests aren't supposed to do that whole sex thing. So with him not being able to do the sex, would he be twice as holy?
Or would he be
That's-
less holy because he doesn't have the temptation?
That's
That's
true.
not
That's
how
true.
it works.
Okay. He
Oh,
didn't give the
are you
choice
sure?
to give it up. He just
Maybe he's less holy.
Listen,
what if
we're,
he
I mean,
did?
technically,
We
he is
don't-
less holy.
We don't know
not
how
whole.
he became a
It's true.
eunuch.
It's true. He's not whole at all.
He's not. Yeah.
He could have been a religious sacrifice as a child, and then that's what happened. So now he's like blessed
Oh.
by God.
You
Yeah,
didn't
we
find
don't
out.
know.
Ask him.
No, he
Oh.
was very
Wow.
tight-lipped.
I don't trust him anymore.
Well, I mean, he
So-
can go into the church.
so we know two things. These people get mad if we take them by force away from Falina. But they will go and they will do what she says.
Unless you tell him to go in the church.
Yep.
But they will not go into a place of God. Yes, that is correct.
It also seems like they physically
Let's turn the
can't.
cantina into a church.
What if
Yeah.
we- let's-
Can you consecrate it?
I was gonna say, what if we put
We killed you just killed the storyteller. Almost killed the storyteller.
what if we pour holy water into all the alcohol?
That's what I'm thinking.
That's a
What if
lot
we
of
just-
alcohol.
Can you build a something that can spray holy water?
It's not
That's a good
fire,
idea.
Spray
but hey, it
Yeah,
burns
once again.
away unrighteousness.
exactly.
I can build something to shoot anything.
Build
Okay,
something
build
to
something
shoot
that
some holy
shoots
water.
Holy water.
Let's go get Father Eunuch a whole bunch of water if he doesn't have enough. Or could he bless the wine? Would that
I
work?
mean,
Well,
wine
that
is
We can't
blessed, so
use the
let's-
wine. That's
no,
But,
not
but they'll
the
drink the
sac-
wine. They'll drink the wine.
Are they even drinking?
But then maybe that'll chase out the devils.
Are they? Well, here's the question: are they so enraptured with this woman that they're ignoring all other bodily needs?
Probably.
Oh.
Which means they're all gonna drop
So-
dead eventually.
I mean,
Would
all
they?
of us have
Would
been
they even
inside.
drink?
No, just cover them in it.
You haven't
Back
seen
to the holy
anybody.
water.
You haven't seen anybody eat or drink anything.
Vendetta doesn't know how holy water works. You sprinkle it, you can
Yeah,
splash it on people.
So
You're right, Father. I've
What-
never been in a church. Oh my God, I've been in a church. That's a first. Congrats,
think-
Father. You're the first man to get me in a church.
what the most efficient thing probably would be instead is I install a sprinkler system inside Rose's cantina, and we fill that with holy water.
I mean,
No, because that involves us being in there and getting noticed.
Just
Why
like
not
push
just-
her out of the
There
way.
already.
Excuse
I
me.
I told her I'd be back anyways. She knows I'm coming back.
We've reduced Eric to prey. Oh no! I am deceased.
oh no, 2 down.
All right, so what are you doing?
As I'm saying, I told her I'd coming back anyways. So if I'm installing a sprinkler system, that's keeping my promise.
I mean, I think it might take a long time for you to install a sprinkler system, and people might be dead by then.
What even is a sprinkler?
Yeah, also, what?
I'm assuming
I-
it sprinkles.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's it's in the name.
It sprinkles and tinkles. Let's just.
Let's just make some kind of holy water shooting gun.
Yeah, make
I
a
mean,
holy water
Can
gun.
we retrofit your poop cannon to
I
For holy
left
water.
that.
holy water?
I left that outside the mine.
Oh,
That's fine. Build a new one.
I'll
You build a
build a new one. Something that
Yeah.
works with liquids more than solids.
Go for it.
Oh boy. I got more of an image than I wanted.
I'm just imagining the poop cannon to be like a mock form of like a potato launcher.
More like a flamethrower.
Oh no. Oh no.
Guys, I'm gonna ruin my makeup. Please.
I'm just saying, last week we described it as something similar to napalm.
That is true.
Oh, that's true.
Um,
Okay.
But yeah, I can make a. This is Flounder speaking. I can make essentially a super sir.
Do it.
Please. That's what I'm asking for.
Gotta find you some materials.
Yep. I mean, no one else is using anything in town. I can use any
That's
house.
true. Just
Yeah.
I can
Or
just
done
I can
it.
take up people's pipes. No one's using these houses.
What pipes?
It's
You're
the
right,
old
not pipes.
west.
I can use
True.
the water trough for the water horses. Water
Okay.
the horses.
Okay.
hmm
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of metal around. I can make this work.
All
Is there a
right.
train in El Paso, or is this like a carriage cart? only
Carriage
kind of
cart.
place?
Yeah,
There's no trains. Okay,
not at present.
so railroad tracks are safe. Not taking that metal.
Railroad track.
I mean, you
If
passed railroad tracks on the way out of on the way into town. Like, you could go back.
Why would you put that idea in his head?
I mean,
I'm the one who brought it up.
Split the party.
No!
We've already done that like 3 times this episode.
And also, I went and did my own thing last episode too to make it.
Yeah.
I
make it
literally
canon.
should have named the channel "Split the Party Media," not "Do Respite Media."
I also would like to point out that the only damage that we've taken has been from our own party member.
Can you
That-
please just
yeah.
make the cannon?
Okay, make
I'm making weird
Canon.
signs.
Do some weird
do
signs.
know.
Hmm?
So you do know, even if you as players don't, that the wound Chantel has received, the wound that Shady has received at the hands of the shock cannon, does need to be fixed within an hour, or
Oh.
she's gonna have it until it heals itself naturally. Because welcome to Savage Worlds.
Ow.
Father, we need you to do some medicine. Do that holy
Ow.
light thing.
Suddenly I realize I'm in pain. Ow, ow, ow.
This is
Ow,
what pain
ow,
feels like.
Oh no. I feel slightly fried.
That's what
Sin, I
happens
say.
when adrenaline crashes on.
Uh-huh.
mean-
I got shot in the shoulder once and I didn't notice till 2 hours later.
I'm using a penny, by the way.
Wait, what are you rolling?
Weird science. I'm making weird science roll.
Oh, you're gonna make several of those. This is a long process.
All right.
Okay.
No.
I'm
Okay.
hitting the first
We're just
one.
gonna
Okay.
start watching patrons drop dead from exhaustion.
I'm gonna cast healing.
Okay,
Make the same
Punch
exact
on
roll.
top.
make a faith roll.
Now I'm just picturing like Vera
Oh, wait,
and
that's a
Vendetta standing outside as everyone's working inside, just being like, "Oh, there goes one." Like you're just like spearing through the windows across
As
the
they
way.
fall, if that is what happens, as they fall from exhaustion, can we just drag them not into the church, but just like sprinkle some water on them, holy water, and see if it works?
All right, you're okay, Chantel. The father says a prayer, pulls out this little this cross from around his neck, unscrews the bottom, and like splashes water in your face, and you feel better. Okay, so father person you never asked his name is he's in a pew, and he looks, oh yes, father. Okay, is okay. Does it involve more roasted people? I mean, it is certainly an option. I don't have much on me either. So apparently we couldn't hear Frito, so we'll cover really quick while Frito tries to figure. We can hear Frito, and I'm
Yeah,
looking
I
at
heard
my
Frito.
settings, and nothing's changed. So Frito came in, went up to talk to the priest, was like, "Hey, we're gonna douse the town in holy water, but I don't really have very much." And the other priest is like, "I mean, I don't have a whole lot either. There's not much call for it out here."
Okay. Well, I'm assuming I have some with me. So
You have a little bit, yeah.
we're gonna go with that. And since Doc Miller Lightning Face is working on his thing, I'm just gonna go over to a random person
Okay.
on the outskirts of the cantina
Yep.
and splash a little bit of holy water on them.
Okay. You splash holy water on them. It steams, and they turn and they glare at you. Why'd you do that?
Just trying to get your attention. Can you come over here and my friends have some questions for you?
No. Why would I do that? Do you see that angel in there?
I do see that woman, yes. I wouldn't necessarily call her an angel.
She's an angel, Father. Sent from heaven to bless this sorry sack of crap town.
And what do you do in this town?
I'm a dung hauler.
How? I have one question for you, and then I'll let you get back to watching this angel. Were you here last night?
Aye, I was.
Did you see someone get shot?
Yeah, I did. A handsome young stranger had rolled
Had you
into
seen him
town.
before?
No. That's why I use the word stranger, Father. I don't know if it means the same thing in the church as it does to us laymen. But
I have a tendency to interrupt people. I'm sorry.
that's all right. I'll forgive you.
Is
Although that's your job.
that-
Aren't you supposed to forgive me?
have you done something that needs to
Oh,
be
almost
forgiven?
assuredly.
Why don't you come over to the church and let's
I
have a
don't.
chat
Why?
so that you can unburden your soul?
I think I'd prefer to do that on my deathbed. Then I'm gonna have to do it once.
Touche.
Is Vera close enough to hear this?
No, you guys are all back at the church.
Darn it.
Is that dead man's body still in the cantina?
No,
Did you see anyone bring it out? Or...
no, I didn't. I mean, first thing we did as soon as Robbie Martins took off, we all saddled up and went after him.
Why?
I mean, because Falina said so.
But then you came back here.
Yeah, eventually, we just all got the feeling that she wanted us back, and we came back, and sure enough, she was dancing.
How long were you gone for? You know?
I don't know, 4 or 5 hours or so.
Okay, so most of the night.
Yeah.
Was the dead man's body still inside when...
No.
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 Where would it be?
I mean, the graveyard's up the hill.
Is the are the grave diggers here?
No. Mm-mm. Old Marlene, she runs the graveyard up there.
Just for context, are there men and women in this crowd at the cantina?
There are some women, yeah.
Okay.
Primarily it's men, but there are some women.
And you said you've been here since last night.
Yeah.
You haven't gone anywhere besides, obviously, searching for Robbie.
Yeah, we went after Robbie, and then we came back.
Mhm. All right, well. Thank you for your time.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. I'm just telling you, Father, if she doesn't choose me because I spent time talking to you, I'm going to kill you.
What do you mean, choose you?
I don't know. That's why we're here, I think. She's choosing someone.
For what?
To be chose?
All right. Well, I hope she chooses you.
I
And I
would
walk
too.
away.
And I guess you walk away. Okay, so you walk away. You head back over to your friends at the church. Doc Lightning is has drug the horse's water trough over and upended it, and has this mini torch that he's just cutting parts of metal out of it.
Doc, I want to know. I want to let you know. I did a little one of your experiment things.
Oh, you're not trained to do that.
It didn't work. He got mad, but it didn't really seem to have. We had a little chat, but the entire time he was trying to, leave me alone so I can watch Falina dance. So I know you're invested in this, but I don't think it's going to work.
I don't know if you know how to do an experiment properly. So we'll see.
Oh,
I mean,
that
it's
hurts.
one test. I mean, we have to try a couple times to make sure if it's not just a fluke. You know what a fluke is. It's like a miracle, except on a smaller scale. Smaller scale. Not that much smaller, but smaller.
There are miracles of many sizes. None
Yeah.
of them are by accident.
The fact that all of you actually hunted me down is one of those miracles, Father.
Hey,
I'm coming around, Ms. Vera, and starting to believe that you may be right.
so what actually happened, Father, when you sprinkled the water?
It kind of just steamed off him like water on a hot day.
Is that normal?
I wonder, that
No.
doesn't seem normal.
Mm.
Well,
Sounds like
I
you
wonder
didn't
what
use,
it would
like, a
do to
needle.
her.
What if
I
we just
didn't
shoot-
want to go into there. Not
I
with all
mean,
these
with-
other people around.
Yeah,
With the gun, though,
Yeah.
the
Or
water.
how long he's been
thing.
celibate. It would definitely might be an issue.
If
What
we
Don't
get,
you go
What?
sprinkling that on me.
Well, all right. What exactly does it take to turn the canteen into a church?
Again, probably going to require a few more priests than me and the
Hmm.
father over there at the church.
But
Also, kind
could
of like
try.
with the sprinkler system, I don't know if we'd be able to pull it off without getting noticed.
you said probably going to need more than just the two of you.
you
So
don't know.
you're saying there's a chance.
Yes, I am saying there's a chance.
We could
It
be
would
coming at this from a
require-
lot of different ways.
We have.
Wait, what if the doc takes the cloth right now?
That doesn't. Aren't there tests or something? I didn't get to study.
There's two priests right here. They can just swear you in. It'll be fine.
That's not how it
probably how.
works.
That is absolutely how it works, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
I mean,
Well,
we could just shoot her.
I
mean-
could. I'm just gonna lift the shotgun.
We just all shoot her at once
I mean,
and
No,
run.
we have-
Yes,
So-
and run.
like I was saying earlier, it sounds like if I were to do that, it's going to burn the cantina down anyways. We could just cut to the chase, like I said earlier, and just burn the cantina down.
I'd rather we didn't do that.
Now, when Robbie shot that other man, the stranger, she sent everyone here off to go find Robbie.
So she didn't want that guy dead.
But
She wanted
they-
him back.
But-
It
So
seems.
all those people weren't able to find that one.
He was
Scrawny
riding
man.
hard.
Mm-hmm.
He was riding hard. It's
I mean,
not
we found
easy.
him hours outside of El Paso.
How'd he get away?
On a
Stole a
horse, I
horse.
think.
Not that
He
I
stole
mean,
that horse? I thought
I
that
mean,
was his
if-
horse.
if everybody
Crap, stealing
Is-
professional.
if everybody is bewitched by her,
Mm-hmm.
how'd he get away? How'd he break it?
Moment of horror of killing somebody, maybe if he was a pure soul.
So what? We
Maybe.
get everybody to kill everybody else. We save half the town.
That does make sense.
Or we figure out a way to
I mean, who
get
has a
Falina
cult?
away.
I mean,
I do.
You can roll it. If you have the occult skill, you can roll
Oh,
the occult
occult.
skill.
I thought you said Colt, and I'm like, oh yeah.
No. If you have the
I don't.
occult skill.
I'm gonna spend a penny.
Okay.
while that's happening, the doc's going to say, it could have been the gunpowder. He did, when you fire a gun, you do get gunpowder on you. That could have been what
Nah.
broke it.
Doc starts converting his squirt gun into a powder duster.
I could do both at once.
What'd you get, Tonto?
9.
It was very specifically mentioned by Father Eunuch that this is the first time she's danced the whole town into a place. And so as you're puzzling through the question of like, well, how did he get away? It's likely that whatever it is she's doing now isn't what she was doing to him or anyone else until after he shot the handsome young stranger and bolted.
We gotta kill her, and hope that the rest of them come to their senses when she dead.
They're gonna attack us when we attack her.
We gotta hope.
I've actually got a question. Why are we doing this?
Breeze.
Something about the rubies?
I think that she bewitched the mayor to get you to get the rubies.
Yep.
Why didn't she
That's
just
the-
bewitch me herself?
Have you ever
How
been
can
out?
you
Have
get
you been here before?
Yeah, where did you meet?
Where do you think I
Buffalo-
got hired?
I don't know.
6 months ago. Maybe
In
he
his
didn't want to leave
house.
town. He didn't want to leave town.
Maybe Dallas? I don't know where you could have. Texas? is big.
Maybe there's a range.
I was here.
The man did say that after a while he felt like Felina wanted him and the rest of the gang to come back to the cantina.
Well,
And
I
this
mean,
is the first time she's doing this.
what if we shoot her to draw her out and then spray her down with the holy water?
Sounds good.
We need more holy water too. I'm working on making this, but we still need to fill it.
Can you just bless water?
I can't.
Isn't that how it works? Not you. You can't. You said you don't want to take the test, so you can't.
Essentially, yes. You could.
Okay.
So somebody, let's get some water from whatever the hell the well is, bring it to the father blesses it, and then we're good.
Bless
Are
the
there just
well.
barrels of water? Like,
Bless
is there
the
barrels of
well.
water around?
Yeah, I mean, you can find some.
Yeah, we could just take one of these barrels of water, bless the whole barrel.
Yep.
Let's do that.
And then spray it on them. Then shoot her. Just to make sure.
No, shoot her first to draw her out, then spray her down with that and see if she melts.
Shoot her first, and everyone in that bar is closer to
How the
us
hell
than
else
she
do you
is.
think we're gonna get her out?
I could make
We could just
hollow
spray in.
bullets full of holy water.
She's in the mid. Oh,
Would that be
Ooh.
easier than making the whole
Yeah.
gun?
yes,
Yeah.
actually,
So as you guys are having this conversation,
quietly.
Oh no.
standing out in the center of the street, because that's the only place the doc can, cut apart a water trough and try and weld it into some sort of squirt gun.
I thought we'd be in like the shadow of the church. Oh no.
Nope.
You hear some booted feet and spurs coming toward you. And you turn and you see a man dressed all in white with a big white 10-gallon cap and 6 other men all carrying rifles coming in your direction.
Oh.
And we are going to call it on that for
Oh.
this evening. Because it is 11:45. There's no way you're getting through combat in 15 minutes when I have to teach the system to people. And
I took out 2 people with one burst.
Blue is exhausted.
And hurt the rest of your friends.
You're not sitting next to them this time.
So, thank you so much, everybody who joined us in chat and in the audience for Wicked Falina Part 1. We will be back next week, 9 p.m. Mountain Time, for Wicked Falina Part 2, the conclusion. I hope everybody had a good time this evening, both in chat and in game. We're going to just jump around the circle. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you are. Plug anything you want to plug quick. And tell us if you had a favorite part of what we did this evening or any feedback on the game in general. Start with V the Kid.
No, I was not prepared. Vera says dragons. Find me at Vera says dragons just about everywhere on the internet. I'll be here tomorrow in the Dungeon Master's seat, the storyteller's seat, doing an episode of The Land Whispers written by Little Cup of Joe on Twitter. And my favorite part, just about everything that came out of Blue's mouth. And also when you started praying.
It was a hell of a thing.
A
Shawnee
hell
B.
of a thing.
Shawnee B, tell us about you. Plug the 9 million things you're doing this week.
I'm doing 9 million things this week. I am Chantel B. You can find me at Chantel B on Twitter. I'll be here tomorrow playing The Land Whispers with Vera the Kid. My favorite part of this was anytime anyone anywhere had to turn away from the camera, be it face palming or just general death. That's my favorite.
There was a fair amount of that. B for Vendetta.
I am Hidden Blue Pants, also known as Blue. You can find me as such on Twitter. I can mainly be found beyond Twitter here, for the most part. I will actually be here tomorrow with all of those lovely people. I don't even know if I pointed in the right direction, but they're in that direction on my screen. So I will be here doing all that fun stuff. And just yeah, that's about it. Oh wait, no, sorry. My favorite thing that happened tonight. Yes, everything, all of the things. It was great.
Deep Frito.
I am Deep Frito. You can find me on Twitter, but not really because I don't use it. Maybe I will. I don't know. I hear Chantel B says hi if you say hi to her, so maybe I'll give that a shot. Honestly, my favorite thing tonight was probably how indecisive of a party we are.
That was a thing. It makes for interesting dynamics for sure. F12.
Hey, I'm Flounder the 12. You can find me on Twitter, on Twitch, technically, on Itch, on Coffee, now that I'm thinking about it. I also think PayPal. A lot of places. Do I have a website? I don't think I do. Well, you can find me most places, Founder of the 12. As I said at the beginning of the show, I have a game that's out, things being written. If you'd like to, last thing I retweeted was, I believe the last thing I retweeted was the fundraiser, the bundle pack of getting $300 worth of games for $10 on Itch. That if you choose to send me your code, since I was not told ahead of time about bundling, I will send you a copy of my game if you show me that you actually made the $10 donation. and that goes to helping people not get evicted and stuff. And also get to game designer conventions. Yeah. And my favorite part, I don't think. Well, the doc's not indecisive. It's just nothing he says makes sense or is reasonable. So he's committed to that. I liked the confession. The confession was good. Robbie Martin, good guy. Good guy. Don't feel that bad that I shot him. Still a good guy.
Okay. And for me, I'm Shrimpicles. That's not what matters. What matters is Flounder of the 12 may not have a website. Do Respite does. You can go to dorespite.com. There you can find links to everything. Facebook, Twitter, Coffee, Patreon. We have links to every single one of our playlists on YouTube for our games. The most important thing right now, if you enjoyed hanging out with us, if you enjoyed watching what we do, let other people know. We're here most nights a week. I think we're here 4, if not 5 nights out of the week. We will start being here even more as people's schedules iron out. But we're here to tell stories. We're here to tell them using TTRPGs, and we're here to have a good time. Thanks so much for coming. You can find us on Twitter @DoRespite. Subscribe to us on YouTube. And most importantly, if you enjoyed what we did, like I said, share it with a friend. I've been Shrimp. For Vera, for Shawnee, for Blue, for Flounder, and for Frito. We will see you guys all at various points in the week. First thing is tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Mountain Time. You'll catch Vera Says Dragons as our first guest GM on the channel, GMing Little Cup of Joe's, The Land Whispers for myself, for Chantel, and for Blue. And then we'll be back with you again on Saturday for The Stars That Bind. So until next time, keep investing in stories and have a wonderful night. And we'll see you again, hopefully tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.